With TOMi Digital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMi Digital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMi Digital Classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. TOMi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMi Digital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the TOMi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free TOMi Play device to any city in the world.
Perfect. Good morning, Chandrahas. How are you?
Hey Andres, hi, I'm doing well. Good evening to you.
Okay, yeah,
How are
yeah.
you doing
What,
today?
what time is it in India?
We are scheduled to get started at 9:30. So yes, we are at 9:32 a.m. of Saturday. What's their time?
Okay, here in Colombia, it's 11 p.m.
11 p.m. Oh, so you are sacrificing your Friday night for us, Andres. We
No,
truly
no, no, but
appreciate
I'm happy to be here and sharing all these experiences with you. So,
we truly appreciate it.
well, first of all, thank you and thank you the people that it's connecting. So we'll give some couple of minutes for the rest of the teachers to connect.
Sure.
But meanwhile, I want maybe the teachers or the people connected. I invite them to write and maybe if they want to tell us where are they connecting from, the name
Mhm.
of the school, or I don't know, in order to know a little bit our audience.
Sure. So, Andres, to give you insight, of course, you must be also aware the school for which we are connected today. We are delivering this training for one of the prime school in Chennai. Chennai is one of the capital city of most innovative state in India. That's called Tamil Nadu. So, Chennai is, capital of that state. Name of this school is ASEAN Memorial Senior Secondary School. That's a school affiliated with CBSE. We've been interacting with the principal Lata ma'am as well as Sunita Vipin Chandran ma'am, and they are the coordinator, and they are the one who has collaborated with all the teachers so that we can expect maximum teachers from their side. So that's a little bit background about this school. And good morning to everyone. Those are connected to the session. We are very soon. We are going to start the session. Before we do that, a little bit introduction about ourselves. Good morning to Sajita Sultana ma'am. Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on time. Good morning to Preeti Satish ma'am, sir, as well. Uh, so now, Andres, I can see that we are receiving the good morning greetings. So very soon we can get started. In the meantime, if that's okay, let's get started with our general introduction so that that can give all the teachers, those are connected, a little bit platform of who we are, what we are doing, and why we are connected. So, teachers, good morning to you. My name is Chandra Singh, and I'm country head of TOMi Digital. I operate from Pune, but then I travel based on my clients and projects need. Uh, to get started with what TOMi Digital is an edutech company which got founded in Medellin in Colombia 3 years back. What we are doing predominantly is that we are working with a lot of schools, kind of 10,000 of the schools across the globe, to convert their classroom into the smart classroom. even without internet, which is what our motivation is. Because of this purpose, we got recognized by number of startup accelerator and number at international stages. Coming down to this session, our motivation is to help your school how they can conduct the online examination, do all the end-to-end process using our platform, because which is what our core focus on this session would be for all our teachers, is because now February is approaching. February, March is normally a time of annual examination for all the schools here in India. So how they can utilize our platform so that even if they are not conducting the examination inside the regular school and class premises, how they can utilize our platform to conduct the examination automatically and digitally, which means that conducting an examination has end-to-end process, right from setting up the question papers, different type of question paper, let's say multiple choice question, true and false, written, subscriptive, how they can use it, how they can use our platform that can help them to achieve this goal, followed by doing the grading system, doing the report card system, sharing those report cards to the teachers, to the management team, like supervisor or principal team, as a kind of parent teacher meeting, which is a regular norm in India. So how they can utilize our platform so that they can achieve the end goal in a very smooth way. Good part is that working with your school, we are sponsoring all the cost of platform by ourselves, which means that your school or you don't have to pay anything on that. We are here to support you how you can effectively use it. So in next 1 hour or so, we are going to walk you through in a form of demonstration how the platform would look like, and then we would be happy to answer all the questions coming from your way. So I would appreciate for an hour or so, please treat yourself as a student, and then we would be your teacher on TOMi Digital. And as a part of the process, I believe that everyone must have got their respective pin code. Pin code is what will make you enable to access the platform with all the features free of cost. So just in case if someone has not received the pin code, feel free to let us know on chat with their email ID, so that my team, those are working on a backend, they can trigger you a pin code, and then you can work. And maybe if you want, you can try the platform on live while my colleague Andres is going to walk us through the demonstration. So that's about us. About Andres, he is one of my best friend working with TOMi Digital. He's been working with number of schools here. We are working together to deliver the training. He has vast experience working in edutech industry, predominantly Latin and Caribbean world, and then followed by India as well, where he has traveled like 3 years before. So Andres, I would let you to speak and give a little bit introduction to our audience, and then if the time is allowing, maybe in next couple of minutes we can get started with our original agenda of the session. So over to you, Andres.
Absolutely. So right here, like it's a space where we want to share, we want to talk, we want to sort of interact with you teachers, especially because, as Chandra has said, this platform has been used here in Latin America, especially for this situation of COVID and all the world situation, for interactive classes, for innovative classes, using different resources so that the teachers uh, make the students like the class, so what we're going to do in the exercise would be, as much as you can participate, like subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, so that you can see which are our new updates, and all the experience that we have here, all the experience that we learned previously years. I lived in Delhi. I lived for almost 6-7 months in New Delhi. I went to Bhopal. I visited different schools, so I sort of understood a little bit of the CBSE dynamics, and all of that experience from teachers from India also helped us to design this product, which previously was only on Spanish. Right now, we launched it on English. So that's why our first market and our first sort of community that we try to, which is the time, I think it's 3 months, where you can use the platform, where you can try it, and obviously use those resources to apply them in your class. So I think right here, the main sort of characters here, and the importance here is that teachers can interact and can ask everything about the platform. So Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Priya, Namitha. Good morning, TK, Kavitha. Good morning to all the teachers that are connected. So I think we are good to start showing the platform. So what we're gonna do, it's an exercise. Like we're not gonna explain step by step first. We want you to be students. So right now, we are the teachers, and we design the class. So Chandrahas is gonna be the teacher, and based on that, on this class, we're gonna do the class with you. So my recommendation here is we're gonna share a link that if you're on a computer, you can open a new window in order to access this link. Or because if you're on the cell phone and you access the link, it's gonna take you out of YouTube, but you're gonna see the classroom. So depending on which device you are, you're gonna see the class, and you're gonna. My invitation is for you to answer the questions, to take the time to feel like a student, and then after that, we're gonna show you how you do this class. Obviously, you design it your way. We design it a simple way so that you can live the experience. Okay.
Mhm. Perfect. So the exercise that we are going to do, teachers, is that we have already created a class filled with resources. Resources is equal to all the content that you want to publish to your student, followed by doing the assessment. So we are going to get started in a way that we have created the class, and that the link we are going to broadcast to you, which means that you are now our student. So once you access it, you'll see the real glimpse of it, that how the questions or how the content would appear for your students. So for example, if you have upcoming exam on, let's say, 6th of February, and the examination is not happening within the regular classroom premises, it's all happening digitally. So how your student would find the questionnaires, this is how we are going to get started first, followed by creating those examination question paper by your own, which is what we are going to walk you through next after this exercise. So yes, Andres, let's get started. You are going to share your screen, correct, Andres? Oh, I can't hear you. Maybe you've muted yourself. Okay.
Yes,
No.
sir. So right here, I shared in the chat, I shared the link, which is the link that you are going to share with your students as soon as you have your class already designed. Okay. So you can send this link via WhatsApp, via email, via any technological mean, and those students are gonna click on the link, and then access. Obviously, there's the code automatically, so they can access the classroom. Okay, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna share my screen. Just a second,
Yeah.
and hold on, and it's all over to you. Okay.
So teachers, you've got a link on description on a chat. Please click on that link, which starts from HTTPS and that ends with the code is equal to 6242. Once you click that, it will ask you to enter your name, and enter your name means we can see which student has joined. So once Andres would share the screen, the entire picture would be quite clear. Yes.
Okay, so please let us know if you can access the link and if you can see the classroom. So right now it's just one person which has access. That is Anjali Hayarj is the only person that have access right now. So every person or every student that access the link, I'm gonna see it here. And whenever, okay, Deepa Mohan already accessed the classroom. So
Andres,
I'm sort of on a waiting spot.
okay.
Yeah,
I can't see your screen, just to let you know. Maybe you are waiting with the right sort of teachers to be in.
absolutely. So sharing right
Okay,
here.
perfect.
Now you see my screen, right?
It's appearing, but I'm sure it would. Yes, I could see six of the students they have joined. So I believe all my teachers can also see the screen of Andres. what we are seeing on the right hand side is the 7 student have joined out of 100, which means that if I have created a classroom that has a maximum capacity of 100, which is of course a practical limit in Indian school, 100 students is very practical limit. So I can see 8 of the student have joined. So what's the practical implication of this meaning? Which means that if we have exam starting, let's say at 10 a.m., you can see who all have joined. Okay, and then once you see most of the student have joined or the time has triggered to start the exam, you can click on start class, which is what Andres is going to do. Yes, Andres, please hit on that button, start class.
Cool. So I'm gonna start the class with the 9, 10 students that are right now, and
Perfect.
there you go. So I'll just share my screen and I'll give you the talk.
Sure. So once Andres has started the class, if I'm the student, which is what you guys are in this case, you can see what all Andres has created for my class, which means that if Andres is a biology teacher and he wants our his student to teach a lesson or to teach the class or to deliver the lecture related with cell structure. So he has created the class around cell structure, starting with cell structure, that what all components are there inside the cell. Now, why this platform is quite intuitive is because you can put all the images, all the videos, maybe you can create by yourself or pull from internet, so that the content itself would do the talking in generic way. Like in typical classroom learning, you are explaining about the questionnaires, but here once you publish the information, the content itself is so lucrative that comes very friendly for the student to grab that information. Followed by that, if my teacher has published a video overview of cell structure, I can see that. Hope that's the case with you as well. So what how we are going to get started, the idea behind this exercise is that how innovative you could be for creating your content. Andres has selected the cell structure because I believe Andres must be liking biology. In my case, it was physics. So you can select any topic which you want. Now, has asked these questions to me. Name 3 parts of the cell structure. Andres, if you can scroll down a bit because I can't see. Yeah. So I believe that's something you can also see at your end as well. On the right hand side of the window, as you can see those timers, which means that if you have created a questions, you can also select a timer for that, because normally each question could have a timer, like within a minute you have to answer, and that could give you the entire time frame of the exam. That's totally customizable once we go on the next session, which is creating the questionnaires or using the resources for creating your classroom. So that was the second question. Since Andres is the teacher, for now he can't see what his students are writing, but once the classroom would get finished, he'll get a total glimpse that which student has typed which answer was correct, which teacher has topped in the rank, how which was the maximum marks attained. All right. So as you can see, since the timer has ended, he can see that which student has answered what. So, for example, Deepa Mohan ma'am has done phenomenally well. She has typed the answer, though we are not sure, since that's not we are really sure of. But that's the overall idea of this exercise or setting up a question. You can see which student has typed right answers. Followed by the next one, Andres.
Yeah, and it is actually correct. Mitochondria, nucleus, and cell wall. So I think
Uh-huh.
this one's correct. And I
That's
can see which of the students didn't answer. Maybe at the beginning, I can say, okay, maybe it wasn't enough time. So I can modify it for the next classroom to put not 30 seconds, but 60 seconds. And I can play with that depending on the complexity of the question.
And here, Andres, I have a quick note to make to all my teachers is that in India now it's time for the commonly called pre-board examination. Normally it happens by end of January or start of February, depending on a school size. So why those features or why our platform is getting more recognized to all my teachers is that once you realize that which student is not doing well on particular subject or particular topic, because the previous window that Andres has shared to us, that has given us a real glimpse that which student is really doing good on certain topic. Let's say thermodynamics, let's say in accountancy or something. You can identify by setting up the question and see which student is not doing good, since you can see they are not scoring. So that could help you to set up some extra class, which is the common pattern in India, followed by putting some extra attention on those two students those are not doing good on those certain topics. So by doing that, we are helping you to identify that which student needs extra attention on particular subject, so that they can do really well onto their final exam. So that could be a dress rehearsal. Since you are not interacting with the student face to face, you can't be really sure that what subject or what area that they needed special attention at. So this functionality has been helping to most of our schools. Yes, so that was in I thought of Andres a healthy input to share. But yes, now
Sure. I wanna maybe solve a question from Farin Afser and Rika Bihani. So there are two ways of doing the class. One is the way we're doing it now, which is on time, which is on real time. And I started the class, so it's like we already started the class, so that's why it's not letting you in, because all the timers already started, because everything, the class already started. But there's an option where I can schedule the class and put the limit of the schedule. So, okay, this class can start from this hour and this date until Friday, 11 p.m. So in that gap of time, all the students can access regardless the hour and regardless everything. But in this case, the class already started and we already sort of are on the
yeah.
mood here.
Right. So for Rain ma'am, that's you can relate like same example. If a class has to get started at 10 a.m. and then teacher restricted, no entries allowed after right time. So that has happened in digital way. That once Andres, who is our teacher, has started the class, now you can't join once the class has got started, since the session is already on their way to the completion. In a physical way, you can relate if a teacher has started the class, then they have closed the door. Okay, once the session would end, then on a following session you can join. So that has been happening in a digital way, because on a technology side, once we clicked on start class, the session has already on their way to get it completion. So no more entries allowed once the teacher has clicked on start class. So by doing that, you can ask your student to be very punctual for their respective classes. So I could see another entry coming from, I believe, Rekha ma'am. So but which got disappeared. So again, ma'am, it's happening because my teacher has started the class. Yes.
So going back to the content right here, let's suppose that the teachers have some specific content, maybe on a PDF or maybe a document. They can just upload it as copy paste and put it on this editing part as another resource in order to add information to the class. And after this, back to you, Chandrahas.
Okay, perfect. Now, okay, so this is the question that is appearing for all my teachers as a student. Is vacuole brown red color? Andres has created this question. Now you can click on select or true or false. Likewise, it could be question depending on different topic related with history, related with physics, related with anything that you want. This we have taken as a sample. Once the timer would get finished, we'll get to know which student has done or clicked what answer. We always have an option to do right after each question or at end of the entire exam, the way you guys want. So in this case, for the sake of time, maybe once we end the examination, then we'll see the entire report card. Now, for
Absolutely.
now, time being, please go ahead and select the answers or click the answer that comes best as an answer in your brain. And then once we finish the exam, then we'll walk you through regarding the reporting card.
So right here it's organizing from the largest to the smallest cell, having the animal cell, the white blood cell, and the vegetable cell. So you can organize, arrange them in order to have the order, first one, second one, and third one, and you'll have a limit of time. So in this case, we have one answer, and which was wrong. Okay, so the next one, okay, so find the words related to the cell. So here's a search puzzle that students can use. I gave 1 minute because in this case, okay, we need to find the word nucleus we need to find the word vacuole, we need to find the word chloroplasts, and all of that is here in the puzzle. So in your
Positive.
devices or in the students' devices, they can find the words and then use this resource as a mean to teach something here.
Perfect. So now we are on our seventh question. Okay.
Yes. So as you can see, it's not only a matter of multiple selection or just asking a single question with one answer. It's a lot of different resources, teaching resources, in order to make evaluations, in order to see how students are sort of dealing with some specific topics. So in this case, okay, this is a simple example of the cell, but the resources that we have, there's first the resource of how do I ask the question, but also there's a repository of more than 500,000 contents. Obviously, we're adding more English content uh, where teacher can use it as an example in order to create the class. So let's suppose teacher Chandrahas built a class of the cell structure with his questions, and he designed it, and he was creative and did a lot of stuff. But then me in other part of India, you guys are in Chennai, but there's another teacher in Bhopal that needs to give a lecture on the cell structure. He can use that information from the repository and take Chandraha's class as an example and take, okay, I need the puzzle that teacher Chandra has created. I need it for my class, so I grab it and I put it here. But if I need my matching the term resource that teacher Sergio in Colombia has, and it's in English and I can use it, you can use it. So you can sort of start creating your own class with different resources and different type of questions.
Amazing.
So here there's a multiple selection question, which is an organism made of one cell is called. So I think
I
for all
know
the
the answer.
connected students,
I know the answer. Unicellular. Which corresponds.
so they can click and in the answers, which is unicellular. Let's answer as much as possible. Okay, so after that, which is very easy, so that's why I put 10 seconds. We have a percentage rate of success of 14%. And at the end, well, right here, that was the last question. In progress, I can see that it's eight questions out of eight, and I finished my class. Back to you,
Okay.
Chandrahas.
Perfect. So, what until now we have done, my teachers, is that Andres, who is our teacher, he has created 8 questionnaires. 8 questionnaires means, or 8 resources. He started with giving us theoretical part of cell theory, and then followed by which he has asked relevant questions related to what he has taught to us. In your case, please be innovative. If you don't want to put those content up front, you just want description, you just want questionnaires, you can play around any options that you want based on your student interest, based on your curriculum activities. Now, what we are going to cover in next 5 minutes is very important. That comes very handy, that we call in India as a common trend parent teacher meeting or grading system or reporting card system. Once a particular exam has ended, in your case it could be exam that you are going to conduct on 6th of February. I'm taking just a random example. All the student, while they have completed their exam, here you can see their entire report card, which means that which student has like obtained maximum marks. Now marking is something happening in our case automatically. Now, as you can see, Andres, can we know how many students have joined? Like I could see 14, correct? Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. 21. Uh-huh.
So in
So,
this case, we have a class at the end 21 students accessed. Obviously, none of them answered, maybe because they were sort of starting to know the platform and how to answer the questions. But at the end, I can have report of all the students. Obviously, if me as a teacher want to know a specific student, I can click on top of the student and have the specific report for it. But if I want to go into the questions, I can also have reports on the question. So analyzing this obviously is a matter of the teacher, but at the end the teacher can say, okay, if I have, I don't know, 50 students, but out of those 50 students, this specific question nobody answered it. So me as a teacher, I have to go deep inside that question in order to see if it was maybe not well written, or it maybe was a topic that was very complicated, so I need to go back and teach a little bit more about that specific topic. So it's very handy in order to uh, train, obviously, myself in order to give a better class, and how do I transmit my knowledge, or give my knowledge to the students in a better way.
Mhm. Perfect. And additional way of looking here is the following. On the right hand side, as you can see, you can find the word approved and not approved. Approved means in approved you can see 5%, which means that out of 21 student, 5% of them have answered the given the right answer for these questions. So I can also identify which student has given the correct answer. And thus, if you can please scroll back in that option, that can show me that how many students have given the right answer for that particular questions, for that particular question. Okay. So for the question number one, I could see three of my students have answered correctly, right? Now, in that case, the point that I was mentioning previously, or like a couple of minutes before, is that this section is going to help you to identify that which student are needing some special attention on particular subject. Let's say in thermodynamics, if you have thermodynamics third law, if out of 21 17 have answered, four of them are consistent in not answering or giving the right answer related with that particular topic, you can identify them, because this is what that console is giving you access to identify the student those are not doing good on that particular question, and with them you can set up some extra focus, extra attention, and which is what the very regular curriculum in India while the pre-board or the regular annual exams are approaching. So without even interacting, you will realize, okay, this student is doing good, this student is not doing good, who needs special attention, who needs special motivation. So in one console, you can identify them. Followed by this, we have that downloading and the reporting system. If Andres, if you can go back on that part as well, please. Yeah. So if you have any question, as we mentioned, feel free to write your questionnaires. We truly appreciate maximum questionnaires coming from your side. As we mentioned, treat yourself as a student. So maximum number of questionnaires, we would be more delighted to answer those as well. Now, download option is giving us the facility to download the class and the student report card, and that's something you can download and share with their respective, I mean, their parents or to the management team. And can you show me the sample, or can you show the sample that how it would look like in either in a form of PDF or Excel? Yeah.
So right here, I'm downloading the report, and after, as soon as I download the report, I'll have all the overall information that I can use in my parents' meeting, or if I have to share it with my principal. So okay,
Mhm.
here, and it's something that we need to understand. The way of teaching right now, it's very different of the one we've been doing. Obviously, we need to abide to all the instructions of CBSE and all the entities that supervises educational institutions. But the way that I give my class, the way that I give my lesson should be different. So first, participation needs to be, it's not, it's not an option. It's more of something that should be mandatory, so that students, since they are working virtually, I can say, okay, you're sleeping, or you're doing this. So I'll try to do my classroom as interactive and participating as possible. And all of these resources make it more interesting, make the class like more attractive to students. So
Mhm.
obviously with these reports, what I do is try to identify which are the pinpoints in my designing of the classroom. so that the class can be done better questions, or if students start saying, okay, I really liked the resource where you put the puzzle, and I learned a lot from the cell by using the puzzle. So what I do is I use the search puzzle in a more frequent way in different classes.
Amazing. Perfect. So with this, we have covered our first and important section, which is like how the interface would look like for your student, how they would find the resources that you have created, which means that for now you were acting as a student. If there is not any further questions, what we can do is that to jump on that section that would help you to create the classroom itself, which means that the random example that I have picked on 6th of February, if you have an upcoming exam or if you have an upcoming lecture for your student, so how you can create a classroom filled with all the graphics images so that your classroom could be a lot interactive again. And now, Andres, if that's the time to go ahead on that topic, let's do that for the sake of time. Yeah, we are good onto that side as well. All right.
Absolutely. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna first of all, this is the platform that you're gonna find, and when you register, you put your PIN, you register as a teacher, you're gonna have access to this, which has a cost, but for you teachers, you have a PIN where you can access for free and start playing with the platform, start creating your content. If you created a content and you didn't like it, you can erase it and then start again a new one. So it's very interesting in this case. So in this part of the platform where we can find it, it's okay. First, I can create a new class right here. I can explore different classes. So let's suppose that I'm not filtering by language. I'm filtering by chemistry.
Mm.
So I can use different subjects where I can explore this repository. Yes, Chandrahas?
Yes. So by doing this exercise, what Andres is doing, Andres is a teacher. Teacher is now you guys. Now, for example, now if I mean, I would appreciate if all of them, if you have got the pin code, start exploring the platform on a live session so that you'll get a real glimpse of it. And if you have a question, feel free to raise on a chat. Now, coming back to the point, what Andres is mentioning is that he is a teacher now, he has logged into the platform and he's exploring, let's say for his upcoming chemistry class, if there is already any class created or not, which is what he has already mentioned, that we have a central repository created by all the teachers, those who have used our platform. So it could be that out of 10,000 of the teachers those are using our platform across the globe, some of the content could be matching with your upcoming class. And if you like the content that someone has already created in the teachers community, you can pull it and then you can customize it. By doing that, you don't have to do all the efforts right from the beginning. Then you can customize, and then on top of what previous teacher has created, you can customize it for the sake of the betterment. So which is what Andres has given a clear picture. Explore class has given us the entire glimpse of all the classes which have been created by the previous teacher those are using our platform. It could be that you don't like the classes and that's something you want your classroom to look like different. In that case, the good news is that we already have a functionality of new class. By clicking on that window, or that Andres is going to walk us through, just in case if you don't like any content which is already on the platform, you can go ahead and you can start from the beginning. So we have both options available. Whichsoever is making good sense to you, you are flexible to go ahead and adopt that. So now Andres has selected yes. Andres, over to you.
Yeah, so right here I'm just typing, okay, English as a subject. So this is a searching word that right now I'm building an English class, let's suppose. So I'm going to see for all those 500,000 and more classes that have been created in Latin America and in other parts of the world. Maybe there's some resources that I can use in my class. So I'll just access this and I explore all the content, and I can take whenever the moment that we're creating the class, we can see that we can take all the information from others. So there's a lot of information, and each time you create your content, you'll have the option to put it public so that other teachers can use your class. And you can also put it privately. So it's not that when I create a class, everyone's gonna see it. Yes, if you want to make it public, you can do it. But if you just want to have it private for your use only, it's fine. You can put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right here I have explore classes, I have my favorite classes, I have the reports. So all the reports that I've been doing with different, we've shown this platform and they are using it in Uganda, in Africa, in Latin America, in United States. So this platform is something that teachers are starting to use in order to make their classes more interactive. So you can use resources from teachers from all over the world. My classes, which are the classes that I've been designing, I deleted the other ones so that you can just see the one we're presenting. This I designed this class. Chandrahas and me, we designed this class only for you. And my collections, if I want to make folders, or if I want to make, okay, I'm a teacher for biology, for science, and for chemistry class. So I create different folders for each of the classes. And right here, I'm going to open the class. And this is where I find the class that I designed. So in this case, I open my class in order to edit it. Maybe if I want to edit it, or if I want to schedule this class, as we were talking before with the question of some of the teachers, I can schedule this class for a specific date and for a specific hour. So let's suppose that the deadline for the students to do this class and to answer these questions is not tomorrow. Let's suppose it's Monday. So it's February the 1st, and it's until 11 p.m. And I can choose if the class, if I want the class to be a competition where they are like, hey, this is the first place, the second place, and all of that, or if not, I can just unselect that. And if I want to shuffle the questions, so that obviously it's better to shuffle the questions so that the students are not calling, okay, question number one is this, question number two is this. So I can shuffle the questions that way. And then
The
after that, yeah. Then after that, I'll just accept, and the class is scheduled for that specific time. Back to you, Chandras.
Yes, perfect. So with this exercise, what Andres has already created, but now it's time when we can walk our teachers how to create the classroom. Maybe by clicking on the new class, the way I've mentioned that it could be that my teachers are not liking what has been already designed and they want to be innovative and creative. In that case, we always have that flexibility to create your own class. So by doing this exercise together, me and Andres, we are going to walk you through how to create your class right from the beginning. So what he has done before, click on new class, that has redirected ourselves to this new window that says create a class. He has entered the name. You can enter any name you wish. Followed by that, you have a category that you can make a selection from, which means that the cell structure, you believe, okay, you are the biology teacher, so life science, so that's the word for that. So now with that, I have created the name of my class, and then I'm going to click on accept, which has given me access that what all content or assessment question I want to publish for my student, which means that what all material I want to be inside my class. So to get started with, on the right hand side of the screen you can see class score. So there are four mandatory tab which comes automatically. You'll get a point automatically once you go ahead and design your class gradually. So the next step is to, once you set the name of the class, the next one is to do is set the class image. So if Andres can help me to put some images for my classroom, and you'll realize the point score has increased automatically. Those are the
So
mandate.
yeah, as you can see, this is a very intuitive platform. It's not like rocket science to create a class. And it's also very easy because it shows me, okay, so teacher, I know you're creating this class, but you already put the class name, but you're still missing some images for the class. You're still missing at least 4 questions. So I can't finish my class as before doing all of these steps, and it's gonna give me like in the progress uh, what is left in order to do that. So first of all, let's say that I'm gonna put the image that I need in order to put the image of the class. So in this case, I have, okay, so class image. Obviously, all this content has to be previously downloaded to your computer so that you as a teacher can pull that content from from the computer and upload it here. This is the previous work that I do, like preparing my content in order to create the class. But the only thing is that now I'm not gonna have like folders, physical folders, or I'm gonna have in different devices. I'm just gonna have it in one place, which is the platform, and I'm gonna have all the content that I have from all the subjects that I want in order to share all this content. Something that before I forget, all this content, when I upload it to the platform, it's going to be content that after that, I will be able to share it with all the students, even if there's no internet access. Because there's a device from TOMi Digital, which is I think I have it here, which is the TOMi Play. So with this device, which is the TOMi Play, it's a small device that all that content can be like uploaded to your profile, and after that, sharing all this content wirelessly with this device to all the computers of the students, so all the tablets or all the phones, even if there's no internet access. So this is one of the cool things of the TOMi Digital that can help you take all your content. It doesn't matter if it's Bhopal, if it's like there's no internet or there's no access to any wireless connection. This device can help your content and your class share it wirelessly. So
Mhm.
maybe we can, if you need additional information of that, Chandrahas will be happy to help, and with the
Sure.
principal and all of you.
Yeah.
So let's
So
continue with the class.
yes, please. So what Andres has done, he has created and selected an image. Now you'll see the point score of my class has gone automatically on a high side. That system does by itself. What else that we have, Andres? Now we have to add four question at least. S- Okay.
So first of all, I need to put the language here.
Mm-hmm.
So select the language, I select the language. If I want to rename the class or edit the name, and right here, which is the following step regarding the resources that I use to create my class, it's I can import resources from other classes, from teacher Chandrahas, from teacher Priya, from teacher Nakul. All of these teachers, I can take the content and upload it to my class, or
Mm-hmm.
I can create my content from scratch using add resource. Back to
Mm-hmm.
you.
Perfect. So with add resource, resource is equal to the questions that you want or the nature of the question that you want for your student or the nature of the content that you want for your student. So resource is equal to that. Like as Andres has clicked on add resources, so resource enables you to select what different type of questions which you want for your student. So for example, the 6th of February exam which you have, you want open-ended question. Let's say Andres has selected that. Likewise, we have 10 different type of okay,
No, it's
and
fine. It's fine. Uh,
okay.
I was just clicking on that, but the teacher can select anyone. So just let me know which we can
Sure.
show.
In under the resource tab, we have 10 different type of questions, which means that as you can see, single choice, MCQ, open-ended. So whichsoever you want for your exam, you can select out of all those options. Which that doesn't mean that you have to select all the options or you have to select at least four of them. For example, in accountancy, you have 30 questions that you want to publish for a student, out of which 20 of them are open-ended questions. Few of them are match with puzzle. Couple of them are true and false. Likewise, you can utilize those resources based on the fact that how many questions and how many different type of questions you want for your upcoming class. since this is a demonstration purpose of, absolutely we can't go up to 30 limits, but that's something you teachers can go. There is no any practical limit in setting up the number of questions. In our case, since it's just a demonstration purpose and we need to complete 4 questions, we'll pick at random 4 questions or at least 5. That would give you the real glimpse. So assuming that we are conducting a cell structure, I'm going to get started. Let's say true and false, Andres. Let's pick with that.
Absolutely. So
Mhm.
let's do, okay, teacher Chandrahas wants to create a true or false question. In this case, I don't know, the one that I have in my mind. So, is, sorry, is the back wall black colored?
Great. Mhm.
So in this case, the question that I have here, I select which is gonna be the right question. So in this case, it's false because the back wall is most of the times blue or clear. So false is the correct answer. And in this case, for this question, I can select the time that the students have to answer the question. So let's put 30 seconds. And I can also add images or I can add equations. So this gives me like a lot of flexibility in terms of how I want to create my question. But in this case, I won't put an image because it would be showing the answer right away. So in this case, I'm just going to put true or false, which the correct answer is false, and save it.
Perfect. So now what Andres has done is the following. He has told to the platform that for this question, false is the right answer. So by doing that, once student have clicked true or false while they are appearing on the exam, system itself could detect which was the right option marked by maximum audience. So manually, teacher, you are not supposed to mark right. You are just telling to the system, like Andres has done, that false is the right answer. By doing that, you are telling to the platform, if someone has given false as their right answer, mark that answer as correct. And that is in return helping you to mark that question with the help of technology. Once you educate the system itself is doing that task for you. Moving forward, Andres, you can pick any question that you want. For the sake of completion of 5, we can pick any of the questions. So whichever you like. Open-ended is what very common trend. So maybe you can give example of open-ended question. Let's say tell the history of anything that you wish. Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's put open question. So in this case, it could be, okay, so what is the main purpose of the
Mm,
mitochondria? I don't know if that's well written, but no, I think it's mitochondria like this, mitochondria. And in this case, okay, it's an open question where the student is able to write where he thinks, okay, what is the main purpose? And me as a teacher, okay, let's suppose here I need more time, it's 60 seconds or 1 minute, and I save it. So in this open question, the teacher can obviously, what you said is very important because if I have 30 questions or 20 questions and I have to go back exam by exam and start reviewing and start, that's a lot of time. Like I remember when I used to grade exams when I was a teacher, like 5 years ago, I had to ask for help from my mom, from my dad, from a lot of people in order to grade all of that because it was a huge amount of papers. So in this case, since I already programmed the system to let me know which is the right or the wrong answer, I'll just have to wait for the final report and that's it.
Amazing.
Okay, so here's the second one. Let's add another resource that could be, let's suppose, okay, true, false, order matching, and let's suppose a single choice question. So in this single choice question, it would be write and answer option. So the question, it would be, what is the statement. So is the cell wall rigid? So in this case, is the cell wall rigid? So let's say yes, let's say no, and then there you go. So the
Mhm.
right question would be no, it's not rigid, it's flexible, and the time for this could be 60 seconds or 30 seconds. I think it's very easy. So it's 30 seconds is more than enough,
Mhm.
and we can save it.
Mhm. Perfect. So again, we are putting more emphasis on this section, teachers, is because that, as Anders mentioned, from his experience as well as a teacher, while he was teacher, is that each one of you must have to go through a lot of papers in order to do the grading and marking system. Like 20 questions, do it all manually. What we are helping you here is that you tell the system which is the right answer, and the system itself would do all the grading and marking system like your assistant. You don't have to do all the manual thing. Once you teach to the platform for this particular question, if something is appearing as a false, mark it as a correct question. So hope we are giving you the right picture or clear picture that all you have to do is to tell the platform with the right answer. Platform itself would do all the manual work and do the grading system based on the inputs that we are feeding. So this session is more oriented towards how you can conduct your classroom in much more smarter way, so that you could be more focusing on creating the content, not on doing all the manual thing, that checking all the question manually. You just have to feed that answer, right answer, to the system. So treat this system as your assistant who's going to help you for conducting your upcoming exam in much more smoother way, doing the grading system in much more smoother way. Yes, Andres, over to you. I Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. So what happens here is like, as my assistant, it helps me obviously to do the gradings. It's helped me to create a lot of stuff. I'm just organizing, using my time effectively in order to create an innovative class. So in this case, let's suppose that I already used the resources, already created that from scratch, but I I want to see a resource that could help me from a different person. So let's say there's a different class, and right here there are some resources that I can use with. Okay, so let's find out in life sciences with the word cell. What can I find here? So cell, and I find that there's content, there's an image, there's a video there, and I can check it. Okay, so right here is organized from the largest to the smallest, and this content, I click on it, and I see that I like it because it's ordering the question with this information, so I add it to my exam. So this is content that I didn't create from scratch. It was created by a different teacher, but I can add it to my examination. Then I close it here. And right now, as you can see the progress, I already have the 4 questions, which is the minimum in order to have an interactive class here with TOMi Digital platform. And after that, let's suppose that I'm finished. So I already have the content, I already have everything here. And the next step would be done. So the progress is okay, the names are okay, the language is okay, the questions are okay. So I click on done. And that right now, I have a class that I can, as I showed you before, I can schedule it, I can do the practice with it, I can start the class, I can edit it again if I want to, or I can share it if I want to.
Mhm.
So mm, basically, this is what we wanted to share with you. These are strategies and platforms and technology that is being used by teachers right now in Latin America, in countries like Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Chile, Ecuador. So all the teachers that before were used to a regular class, like a presence class, like a one-to-one class, that they didn't know anything about technology, that they didn't know how to make class like more interactive. They had to change their chip and started like, okay, let's create something different. So this platform is obviously designed for you. TOMi Digital is giving you a pin so that you can access for free and start using it and start presenting it and start creating content. So our invitation here is obviously for you to access to the platform, for you to have the access for at least 3 months for free, for you to share and create content, and obviously to register, to follow us on YouTube, and all of the information, all of the updates, all of the talks, all of these trainings. If there's a teacher that has access to the platform, and I don't know, maybe it's stuck in some part and can't move on, or maybe needs some help, Chandrahas is in India and can help. I'm in Colombia. I'm 10 hours flight away, but I can help. Obviously, it's not 10, it's 14. That's what it took me to get to India. So
Depending
I'll be
on
more than happy to help. Just text us, send us messages, send us emails, and well, after this, if there's any additional question, feel free to write in the chat. We can solve the questions, and from my side, I think we're more than okay.
Mhm. Perfect. So, Andres, if now it's time where we can walk us regarding how the interface would look like even on mobile. So, once you publish it, I'm going to access on my phone. So, this exercise is going to help our teacher so that they could be sure that this platform is not friend or is not specific with any device. Student, those are connected at their home, irrespective of their device, they can access it. What we are going to do is the following. Andres is my teacher, he's going to publish the class, and me as a student, I'm going to access using my phone. In India, you can start with any basic phone, even those Android basic version starting with 3 or 4,000. The platform has been designed that it doesn't require heavy bandwidth or it's not any hardware specific that it has. So Andres, what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to enter and access the code, and hopefully you'll see my name appearing there.
Okay, so I already shared it to you in the chat, and I'm waiting for you to access the classroom, which should be shown here. So just
Mhm.
let me know as soon as you are there, okay? So that I can
Yeah, yeah.
start the class. Okay, so this is the interface. There you go. So right here I have Chandrahas, which already accessed the class, and I'm gonna start the class. So when I start the class, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so that you can. Okay, there you go. So Sergio, could you please put only? Okay, let's show us the. Can you show us the what you see in your phone?
Yeah. For some reason, I have problem on my phone. Give me a quick second.
No problem. I'll take your time. And let me see if I can access here. So what happens is that obviously all the teachers that already access the class, they're gonna is the same. Okay, so right here, sharing. This is the what the teachers are, what the students are going to see on their mobile phones. This same thing. So right here, I'm moving to the third question. I'm just reviewing what we saw last time. So rate
Mhm.
of success. There you go. Next. The next question is open-ended and with the purpose of mitochondria. That's an open question. Show results. Then after that, is the cell wall rigid? Skip. Okay. I put it very fast. It was 20 seconds. So, and the other one is the cell rigid. Okay, show results. Nobody answered. And organized from the largest to the other one. So this is the same information that you're going to see in your or mobile phone or tablet or computer. And at the end, I just finished the class.
Mhm.
Going back to the
Perfect.
reports. Look that right here, I didn't click the button of making it as a competition. So right here, I don't have who is the first, who is the second, who, because sometimes I don't want them to compete. I just want them to learn. You
To
know,
learn. Mhm.
obviously competition, we all learn differently. Some people learn by forcing them and by pressure, putting like some pressure in terms of competition. So, I'm going to be the best of the class. Oh, I'm going to be the best in biology. And they could study a little bit more. But in some cases, I don't need them to compete. I just need them to take their time to answer their open questions, to answer all the information calmly. And then after that, I can have the results. And after this, okay, so 25%, 25%, and at the end, okay, for example, right here, Chandrahas, he didn't answer anything, so he goes to the bottom, and after that, go to the report, and we go back to the reporting section. So I think this is more than clear. If there's any question, please write us to the chat. You can contact us. We're gonna give you Chandraha's email address. So if you're interested on knowing more about the platform, knowing how to use it because you are already registered and you already have the PIN and you access the platform, you can contact Chandrahas. If you want to know more about TOMi Play, which is the device that you can use to share all this content wirelessly without any internet access, you can talk to Chandrahas because we already have. So that's something that Chandrahas would manage because he's in India and talking to the principal. But these are the things that we need to do as teachers. We need to impact our students positively with creative classes, with something different that they are used to. All these students right now, they don't, it's sad to say this, but they don't really care about the physical book. They don't really care about the lectures that I'm reading. They care about all this innovative stuff involving technology, involving devices, involving games, involving resources that make the class creative and innovative. So from my side, that's it. And thank you so much for being in this training.
Perfect. And thank you so much for your time. We have last 5 minutes for our teachers. So here is our message. The agenda that we had for the training, we have covered all the agenda, right from creating the resources, doing the questionnaires, grading. If you have any questions, feel free to write us on a chat. And I would appreciate if Sergio can share our email ID, like our business ID, on a chat, so that whosoever would face the problem in terms of related with the platform, as Andres mentioned, feel free to reach out to me. Our encouragement would be the following: from Monday or from your next working day, while you do your academic stuff, start exploring our platform. I am sure that each one of you must have got the promo code is going to enable you to explore all the features free of cost. Again, just in case if you face any problem in having a promo code, please let us know instantly on chat, so that I'll work with my team so that they can grant you the access. But that never happened. Once you registered, you must have got a promo code. That's a part of our process. So as a next steps, feel free to explore the platform, and the more you're going to adopt for your upcoming exam, the more it would be fruitful for you and for the rest of the teachers community. In India, we are getting a lot of transaction, a lot of traction working with different CBSE schools. We are also working with different state government as well to promote TOMi Digital, because they liked what we are doing for them. So our engagement would be, our I would say message would be, start exploring the platform, play around all the options. If you face any problem, feel free to let us know, because this is what is going to help you for your for conducting your examination, which is the next big thing happening during the month of February and April. How this solution can help you to conduct the examination and manage end-to-end process. So we can stop here for a while, and then Sergio can broadcast the video that we have for you, for all our teachers, those who have joined, and I'll work with your principal for your better adoption. And again, as we motivated you, you already have got my email ID. If you have any questions, feel free to write me, and I'll be more than happy to assist you one-to-one. So thank you so much once more time to all the teachers. Thank you so much, Lata ma'am and Sunita Vipin Chandran ma'am, for setting up this session. It has been very productive session, interacting and taking your questions. So as a stop by of this session, Sergio, if you can play that video, and it's goodbye from our side. And then after this, I'll work with the principal of your school and looking forward to answer any of the questions from your side coming to my ID. Thank you so much for your time, and have a nice weekend ahead. Thank you so much, Andres, for your time as well. Sergio, if you can play that video one more time while we end the session. Thank you so much from my side.
With TOMi Digital, you can teach interactive classes remotely or in person, and you don't even need internet in the classroom. Innovating in classroom teaching with technology is something that new generations need in order to stay motivated in your classes. TOMi Digital allows you to create classes that promote a healthy form of competition amongst your students, and also allows for fun ways of conducting learning assessments. From now on, access to internet in classrooms will no longer be a barrier. This is how it works. Use the TOMi Digital Classes repository to find activities created by thousands of teachers around the world, or use the editor to prepare your own. You can add images, texts, and organize interactive activities in the form of competitions amongst your students. TOMi uses many types of questions, such as word searches, matching terms, true or false statements, multiple choice, and reordering or completing sentences. Synchronize your favorite classes from the TOMi Digital application on your cell phone and take them to class with you. Connect the TOMi Play device to power or a portable battery, and a new Wi-Fi network will appear. Ask everyone in the classroom to join the network and watch the magic begin. Join us in this learning experience and subscribe for 1 year to our platform, and we will send you a free TOMi Play device to any city in the world.